the court order. Let me do my walkthrough, and what I'm personally checking for is my belongings. Do you think those 10 items are in this box? Take a look. Look at that. But just know that you have mouse traps here, right? Like a few inches away from where we're standing. And I want to make sure. I can't say for addition. You might be right. He might have packed everything for me, but I deserve a walkthrough. And you have my belongings for 6 months standing in a deep, damp garage. I'm just talking about respect.
A judge just issued a serious warning to rapper Jeezy: comply with the court or face jail time. And the spark? A $100,000 luxury Range Rover. But trust us, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because this isn't your typical celebrity split, it's a full-blown legal battlefield, and things are getting messier by the day. What started as a relatively quiet divorce between Jeezy and TV personality Jeannie Mai has now exploded into a headline-dominating war full of late-night legal filings, stunning financial accusations, and courtroom tensions so thick you could cut it with a knife. From talk of $500,000 trust funds that allegedly vanished, to police being called over blocked access to a house, to explosive receipts being leaked in real time, this case has it all. And now? The Range Rover may be the straw that breaks the court's patience. Because when a judge starts using the word jail, the drama just reached a whole new level. Buckle up, we're diving into the wildest divorce battle in Hollywood right now. Now let's get into the part where things get even messier, the money. Because while headlines have been fixated on that $100,000 Range Rover, the real chaos is happening behind the scenes, with accusations flying about missing funds, unpaid bills, and some eyebrow-raising financial moves that have both fans and lawyers asking, who's really telling the truth? In new court filings submitted by Jeannie Mai's legal team, she's alleging that Jeezy owes her more than just emotional closure. She's demanding cold, hard cash. According to her breakdown, Jeezy is behind on over $4,000 in childcare expenses, a number that might seem small compared to their net worth, but in a custody battle, every dollar counts. Then there's the much larger claim, a whopping $92,400 in unpaid rent reimbursements. Jeannie says this amount represents money she shelled out for shared living expenses that were supposed to be split or covered by Jeezy. Her attorneys are framing it as part of an ongoing pattern, Jeannie carrying financial responsibilities while Jeezy allegedly ghosts both her and the bills. But the real bombshell? A $500,000 trust fund that was reportedly set up for their daughter, Monaco. According to Jeannie, that $500,000 account has either gone missing, been tampered with, or simply doesn't exist in the way it was promised. That's not just a missed payment, that's a potential breach of fiduciary duty and a massive red flag when it comes to parental responsibility. Jeezy's camp, unsurprisingly, is pushing back hard. His lawyers claim that the trust fund is not only completely intact, but still active and functioning as intended. They're accusing Jeannie of misrepresenting facts to gain sympathy in the media and leverage in court. As for the rent reimbursements, Jeezy's legal team says the receipts she submitted are either incomplete, misleading, or possibly fraudulent. And the childcare issue? Jeezy isn't denying responsibility, but he is demanding transparency. His stance is simple: no receipts, no reimbursement. He wants itemized breakdowns for every dollar she's requesting, down to the diapers and daycare. Without that, he says, her claims are nothing more than courtroom theater. So what's really going on here? Are we looking at a genuine breakdown in communication and documentation, or is one party deliberately distorting the facts for financial gain? One thing's crystal clear: this isn't just about dollar signs. These financial disputes could determine custody outcomes, public perception, and even criminal liability depending on how the judge views the evidence. And with each side digging in deeper, the truth, whatever it is, becoming harder and harder to untangle. Forget the Instagram unfollows, shady captions, or quiet public statements. This isn't some tabloid breakup you scroll past. This is full-on legal war. It all started in September 2023 when Jeezy, Grammy-nominated rapper, entrepreneur, and author, filed for divorce from his wife of 2 years, Jeannie Mai, the former co-host of The Real. The official reason? Irreconcilable differences. But as we now know, that was only the beginning of a slow-burning fuse that since exploded into a multi-front legal battle neither side seems ready to back down from. What's happened since makes it painfully clear: this divorce is about way more than love lost. It's about control, credibility, and who walks away with not just the assets but the narrative. Fast forward to late 2024, and the couple, who once posed on red carpets looking like Hollywood's power duo, is locked in a brutal tug-of-war over everything: luxury vehicles, finances, even custody of their daughter, Monaco. Things hit a new low last December, when Jeannie, acting under the authority of a legal court order, went to their previously shared home to retrieve her personal belongings. Sounds straightforward, right? It wasn't. According to reports, when she arrived, she was met not with open doors but with resistance, specifically Jeezy's personal security team. They allegedly blocked her access entirely. Police were eventually called to the scene, and social media did what it does best: speculate wildly. Within hours, rumors about missing valuables and tampered property started to circulate, prompting even more legal filings. And Jeannie? She wasn't quiet about it. In court, she issued a pointed statement that instantly grabbed headlines. "I deserve a walkthrough." Translation: she suspected there were items inside that hadn't been turned over, maybe even things being deliberately hidden or withheld. That moment shifted the tone of the divorce entirely. What once looked like a high-profile but manageable split suddenly took on the feeling of a criminal investigation. But the biggest escalation came not from the standoff at the house, but from a different possession entirely: a sleek six-figure Range Rover that Jeannie claims was rightfully hers. The fact that it wasn't turned over despite court orders was the final straw. And the judge? They didn't mince words. With the court now openly warning Jeezy of jail time, this divorce just crossed the line from bitter to dangerous. And the luxury SUV that once symbolized status now symbolizes something far more serious: compliance, credibility, and consequences. Let's flip the lens and take a closer look at how Jeezy is responding, because he's not just sitting back and taking the hits. In fact, his legal team is firing back with receipts of their own, determined to reframe the entire situation and prove that Jeannie's accusations are exaggerated, misleading, or flat-out wrong. First up, the infamous Range Rover standoff. According to Jeezy's side, the luxury SUV at the center of this legal firestorm isn't being held hostage out of pettiness or spite. They say it's a classic case of bureaucratic gridlock, blaming a DMV backlog and paperwork issues for the delay in transferring the car's title to Jeannie. His lawyers insist there's no intentional wrongdoing here, just a slow-moving system that's now being weaponized in court. Then there's the question of unpaid childcare and rent reimbursements, which Jeannie claims total nearly $100,000. Jeezy's attorneys are calling foul, saying her numbers are bloated and based on unverified or doctored documents. Their argument? If Jeannie wants reimbursement, she needs to provide clear, traceable receipts, no vague spreadsheets, no handwritten notes, and definitely no emotional math. They also claim she's strategically inflating expenses to make Jeezy look like a deadbeat dad in front of the judge and the public. One source close to the rapper even suggested that Jeannie's team is staging a narrative to win sympathy and secure a stronger financial settlement down the line. Whether that's true or just spin, it's a sign this battle has gotten deeply personal. And then we have the issue of the $500,000 trust fund for their daughter Monaco, the biggest financial flashpoint of them all. Jeezy's side maintains that the trust is not only active but properly structured and protected. They suggest Jeannie's accusations of a missing fund are part of a larger smear campaign, an attempt to suggest that he's financially irresponsible, or worse, that he's mismanaging money meant for his own child. But here's the problem for Jeezy: the judge isn't buying all of it. In court, the language has gotten sharper, with mentions of willful violations of court orders, legal speak for ignoring the rules on purpose. And that's the kind of thing that can get a person thrown behind bars regardless of fame or fortune. So even if Jeezy believes he's got truth on his side, the judge is looking for proof, not excuses. And if that proof doesn't show up soon, things could take a much darker turn for the rapper. Now here's where the situation shifts from messy to downright dangerous, for Jeezy at least. Because when a family court judge starts threatening jail time, it's no longer just about paperwork delays or disputed bills. It's about defiance, and the court doesn't play around with that. Legal experts familiar with high-profile divorce cases say judges rarely drop the jail card this early in proceedings unless they feel pushed to the edge. But that's exactly what seems to be happening here. According to insiders with knowledge of the case, the judge overseeing this battle has grown increasingly frustrated with Jeezy's responses, or lack thereof. And in a recent hearing, they made it crystal clear: continued willful violations of previous court orders won't just be frowned upon, they'll be punished. And we're not talking about minor wrist slaps. We're talking real consequences: civil contempt, monetary sanctions, and yes, even jail time. The judge's warning wasn't hypothetical. It was a line in the sand, and Jeezy just got pushed right up against it. So what exactly is triggering the court's anger? It's the accumulation of issues. delays in transferring the Range Rover, inconsistent financial documentation, unanswered requests for receipts, and vague explanations about the trust fund. One or two slip-ups might have been excused. But this many, all bundled together, paints a picture of someone stonewalling the system, and that's exactly what the court doesn't tolerate. But the stakes go beyond legal fines or jail time. The real wild card here is Monaco, the couple's daughter. Judges in family court are especially sensitive when a child's well-being could be affected, and any behavior that suggests one parent isn't cooperating can put custody rights at risk. That's what makes this moment so critical. Some legal commentators are already speculating. Could Jeezy's missteps cost him more than money? Could he actually lose access to his daughter if the court deems him unreliable or non-compliant? And then there's the other theory, whispered in legal circles and social media threads alike, that Jeannie Mai's legal team may be strategically raising the pressure to shift future rulings in her favor. If so, it's a bold play, but one that seems to be working. Either way, the message from the bench is loud and clear: comply or face consequences. And for Jeezy, the clock is ticking fast. The key question remains: is Jeezy being unfairly singled out, or is this the result of ignoring court orders in the middle of a high-profile divorce? One thing is certain: this battle is far from over, and both sides are preparing for a prolonged fight. As each court date passes, more details are coming to light. Things keep moving at this pace, we might be witnessing one of the most intense celebrity custody battles in recent memory. What do you think about all of this? Is Jeezy truly a victim of the situation, or is he just dealing with the consequences of his own actions? The drama is far from reaching its conclusion, and much more is still to unfold.